I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome. Thank you for being here. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Okay. Opportunity for public comment? Nope. Superintendent report.
Okay, we have Skillman here tonight to give you an update on our construction projects.
Thank you, Superintendent Anderson.
Can we done next week?
What's that? Week and a half?
Didn't we
I
say by the
guess.
4th of July?
Yeah. We're cooking. It's cooking out there. All right. So there's a handout for you folks if you want to follow. Jay, you and I will be eyeing one another. Okay, board report number 5. Same order here. I do have a special treat at the very end. District-wide work has started. Going well, so we'll tackle that. Get a couple main points in there, but we'll hit the four main projects here and have some Q&A at the very end. Lowell High School key plan here. North Star admin building. We can always revert back to if there's any questions, specific spaces you folks want to review, things of that nature. Progress photos at the high school. So what we have here to the left is the key areas we're working in. Thank you. Tennis spectator platform is progressing nicely. Some of these photos are dated a little bit just because of timing. We have started the wood perimeter at the top of the platform, and we hit yet another milestone with the press box on top of the bleachers. So getting all the electrical MEP type stuff tied into it right now. So progressing nicely on that. And go back one, we are grading at the soccer field.
Ooh.
So it was a note well taken at the last meeting.
That's a good
So I've
thing.
got
Now
my
Bobby
feet.
doesn't have to spend the night tonight.
Trying to take care of that. So I've got my finger on that hot button right now. All right, at the high school again, North Star, trusses are on. We did the foam insulation in place, getting ready to watertight that building, and then just start heavy construction on the first floor. Community building's progressing really nice, heavy inside, and we are going to continue with prepping for concrete here pretty soon. Baseball field turf is still on schedule. I mentioned the tennis spectator platform, community building, and the admin looking to start masonry here on the admin within a week or so time. Thanks for the mid-scope push on that. At the middle school, thanks Jake. Hopefully you're starting to enjoy some of the spaces here that we turned over to you folks. Working heavy into Unit C at the very east elevation here and getting the classrooms put together.
For illustration purposes, I believe that's my old office.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
bigger. Wow.
Strategically put that one in there for you. There's some sins in that room, Andy.
Frame of reference, not mine.
We'll move on. Yeah, prior, right? All right, next 4 weeks. Masonry walls at Unit C. We're just focusing here on that Unit C quadrant there for about a month and a half to get things turned over to you folks. Start punch list at this space and see this one through. Air diffusers, some overhead work. That access road on the south elevation has caused some issues, but we're progressing through it nicely. We are going to do some proof rolling, compaction testing, things of that nature. You see all the structure out in the parking lot is in there in place.
So that top photo there, I believe, is where the old boardroom was, and then next there was like a storage closet that had the kiln, and then it was the opportunity center. And so that is that whole stretch.
Yes.
That they will take 2 rooms and turn them into 3 classrooms.
Yes, correct. Correct. And thought we had, maybe not, no. I will, for the next board report, have a more detailed floor plan versus just sticky notes on paper. Thanks, Ann, that's a good point. All right, Jay, Lake Prairie, all right. Lake Prairie's going well. We're getting to the final touches of fix this paint, fix this ceiling tile, so all the little nitty gritty stuff is procuring nicely. Site work will continue. We do plan on having construction finished, but yet it's still continuing with the district-wide stuff. So I will go back to Lake Prairie at the very end. So yeah, parking lot for the bus turnaround, finished landscaping, final touches for this place, and then we get back into some more interior improvements for it. Right, there's the district-wide items. Three Creeks, Oak Hill, Lake Prairie, and back at the middle school. So you see some of our dust here, pardon our dust type thing here, but progressing nicely. Furniture, Susan Binford's working great with us, Andy. Thanks Dana and Andy for that, spearheading that coordination effort. It was massive. It was a nice coordination, dollar amount, loose equipment package.
So he's making reference to our furniture vendor, KI, and they have been nothing short of incredible.
Yeah.
Every step of the way.
Yeah.
It's coordinated really nice with the exodus of our old furniture too, so our custodial and maintenance staff moving all that stuff and getting it out so that they could have access, and everything you see in the hallway here was touched by one of our staff members to get it out of the classrooms. So
It's a huge effort.
It's
just
huge.
So the board knows. I mean, the hours spent behind the scenes is massive. And we had a great plan that we put in place with let's paint the gyms first, and you see at the top photo there, Oak Hill. Get it painted, nice empty storage space, no one's using it, let's fill it with the equipment.
I'm so glad you included these pictures with the elementary schools and the gym, because I feel like in all of this, the focus has really been on the high school
Right.
athletic side.
Right.
Nobody really understands what is happening at every single school because we haven't gotten to see it yet. So I feel like these elementary students are going to come in and it's going to be like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, back from summer, this is our school. We've got new, like Christmas morning, and it's a surprise almost because it's been so stacked underneath all the big stuff that you can obviously
Well,
see.
Lake Prairie was getting all the love there for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And we joke about this all the time now that, it's the mom effect. You have new carpet, your shoes are off for the first week or two. Then you're back to, getting things dirty. So, anyway, yes, thank you, Katie, for that. That's exactly it. So Three Creeks, we did start them all roughly at the same time, but we do have a method to the madness and have to flow one way. So Three Creeks is really ahead here with finishes, painting, and you can see in the next set of photos. Thanks, Jay. Classroom carpet, get some of the overhead work done, plumbing items back turned over to you folks, and media center lighting here and occupancy centers well underway. So.
Did we remove those spinny things in the closet?
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, I was just saying, it looked like they were removed there.
Yeah.
we did.
Worst idea ever.
Oh,
What's
the
that?
locker thing door?
Yeah, they were like doors, and they spun around, that's what they put. They
Their
were
backpacks and
disaster.
stuff in. So what is going in there?
There.
Okay. Yeah, just cubbies with hooks
Oh.
and
Like the rest
That's
of the.
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
a
cool.
really nice touch.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Probably make that room almost look bigger too.
Yeah, exactly. When it's, I agree. Any specific questions on the?
Yeah, I went out to the field Monday. The north there, are those bleachers like smaller? Are they not as tall? They just seem like they're gonna be a lot like steeper too.
No, they're all.
Or does it just look that way because of all
Yeah,
the
that's
brick
just the
around?
way they're racked right now. Yeah,
Okay.
they're all uniform. Yeah. So and we have the visitor side bleachers already set and
You
getting ready.
mean like the home grandstands will,
Yeah, like look on the picture there, the right side. It looks like those bleachers are just a lot more smaller compared to,
the center?
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the way. I guess just the way it's
Optical illusion with
yeah
brick.
racked
Yeah.
and yeah.
That's
So,
what it costs.
I could take another look at the shop drawings. The architect's drawings are just,
Right.
more of a blanket versus the shop drawings are very detailed. So, yeah, it was neat to see the press box set. That was a good milestone feeling when that landed.
What'd you think when you went out there?
I thought it looked awesome.
Yeah.
The one time I went out there, I pulled 2 dead birds off the field. I don't know if they ate one of the rubberized pellets or there's one.
We have been hearing gunshots. I don't know.
They
Yeah.
probably flew into some windows
The
or
drone.
went through that in my house.
They hit the drone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So are we still doing well with our schedule, being
yeah,
on track and on
yeah.
schedule?
First game,
Friday the 13th in September.
bring it.
And then the North Star, are we still concerned with elevator and?
Yes,
Okay.
because of the electrical equipment.
Okay.
First floor will be ready to function and sell, concession.
Will they be able to utilize that?
Yeah,
Like, will
first
we
floor.
have a permit to use that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So all locker rooms will be.
Locker rooms will be ready, less lockers.
It'll
Community
just be mostly the community space upstairs that will take some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a huge checklist for elevators. When one's not done, none of it's done. It's a unique trait, I'll just say that.
It's
Scratch
worth the
that from the
wait.
record.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
It'll be worth the wait.
But that's good to hear. I didn't realize that the teams would be able to utilize the locker rooms even if that wasn't
That's a
completed.
push of ours.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, with the grading now on soccer, I mean, soccer wasn't supposed to get, originally, and it was still pushed out a little bit, but we found ways to start balancing the site with the baseball in that quadrant, the practice area / solar array area, and just use commonalities there and get it moving.
Awesome.
I did, when I noticed, the outfield of the varsity baseball field was all stoned, but the infield had a bunch of dirt piled up. Is there something I had to redo or?
There was a few water lines that we had to move, and yeah. Utilities is the toughest for us on this site, and we're finding that out on the parking lot. Just because, it says it was a 8-inch, and there's no 8-inch or 6-inch, or it's not on the drawings because it was never shown, but it's there. Or something's there and it's not there, so.
So another update with our partnership with the town. We're working with the town regarding some cost share on some of the sewer pipe. They want us to upgrade to a larger pipe because they're looking for the future of service to Greystone. It's Graythorne, yeah, coming down.
Community dental,
Pardon me?
the gated community dental.
Yeah, eventually they will have to provide service for that, and as those homes develop out, they're going to need a larger pipe, and so Chris and his team are working with our engineer and our construction manager in the town to fine tune that, and maybe we can get some cost sharing going on there, synergize taxpayer money. So it's been a good collaboration.
Yeah, and we're almost there. Had a conversation with Craig the other day. We're getting there. We're getting there. Any other specific questions?
Looks great, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you for your time.
When do you think would be a good time for the board to do a walkthrough after we start seeing some considerable improvements, like to get the wow factor?
I would say right before school, like
They're
August.
not gonna wanna wait, like, how about in July?
We're ready tomorrow.
Perfect.
Bring the
After
trucks,
breakfast?
we'll load them all in the back bed, and we'll go out there. Whatever's convenient for you folks. You
What
let
is
us
the strive for,
know.
an evening time? What time of day would be,
I have flexibility, so.
I did
Might
too,
work a
so
little
I
bit
would
better.
talk to the guys.
aim for a Friday, or does it matter? Pardon?
I prefer Fridays.
Okay, so we could hit the daytime.
Fridays,
you all around?
weekends, anytime, any day.
Right.
We'll be ready, we'll be here.
I'm
Whatever's
really
con-
looking forward to seeing the new high school media center and admin
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, that's sharp.
Do I get to wear one of those fun construction hats again? Like
Still
you
got
did
mine.
when you-
Got your name all over it.
I did keep mine, my kids wear it.
We
I'll bring
have
it.
them in
You
the
just
trailer,
have to
right.
say
Get a new one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you need a new one, we had that, we'll get you a new one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the evening, yeah, thank you.
I have nothing else to report.
Okay.
Perfect.
Board member reports? Anybody?
Please, not.
Okay.
Pretty clear.
Approve the minutes of the meeting held on Thursday, June 13th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approve the personnel report dated Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approve the Lowell High School Assistant Principal Contract beginning July 1, 2024.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Yes, we have an introduction tonight.
Hi.
Mrs. Kimbrell, members of the board, Superintendent Anderson, I am pleased to introduce Amy Burke. She's going to be our new assistant principal at Lowell High School. Amy brings a wealth of experience, over 25 years of experience, including 22 years as an English teacher, multiple years as an administrator and literacy coach at Hanover Central, and then most recently as a director of Reading Northwest, Indiana, where she works in workforce development and career and technical education. Her dedication to her students, to student learning, and to the communities to which she serves make her an excellent addition to our leadership team at the high school. So welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me into your community. And I have to tell you, the 45-minute drive is not probably what I am looking forward to. But when I came for my second interview, and you guys know I got emotional and I could now just thinking back on that. Because this is never an easy decision to leave a job and to start something new. But the way that I was greeted was such a class act. So that is to all of you. I called my husband when I got in the car, and I told you this on the way out the door. I said, I don't want to be disappointed if I don't get this job, but I think I'm going to be now. So I was so happy, but I called my husband and I said, I think I've landed. So thank you for letting me land here.
That's great.
Okay.
That's
Welcome.
interesting you bring up the drive because it was something when we had heard about you a couple weeks ago that we were like, oh man, that might be a bit of a drive.
Well,
So,
so Hanover was just as far, and I know many good podcasts, so just let me, I can give you some recommendations.
my dad went from having a 2-minute drive in town in his career to then having an hour and 15-minute drive. And he said it was a really nice decompression time. So maybe it'll be that for you.
And my home is about 2 minutes away from Portage High School where I worked for 20 years. So
Similar.
Yes, yeah. So, and I'm a runner too, so sometimes I would run to school and run home. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be doing that here. So anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was a little nervous, but I will, just do my best to take care of your kiddos.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's get through the formality. All in favor of approving the Lowell High School Assistant Principal contract beginning July 1st, 2024?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Welcome. Board policy, second reading of the approval of the proposed changes to board policy number 0144.3, conflict of interest.
Yep, so basically the policy stayed the same except with the change of omitting item C. That will afford board members the opportunity to volunteer and be involved on a volunteer basis in the school district. As many of you have kids, and volunteers are hard to come by, and so that would be the main change of this. And so that would serve as the second reading, and now I think you're poised if you want to officially adopt it.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Second reading of the approval of the proposed changes to board policy number 9211, corporation support organizations.
Yep, just as was read at the first reading, the biggest change is the date that support organizations turn over their financials for review by the district, moving from May 31st to July 31st of every year. this will support organizations to close their books from the school year and before they clean them up, turn them over.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Business operations, approve the change order for the North Star lockers.
So we were able to upload the clean revised quote, which was actually lower than what I had in board docs on Friday. This change order does two things. It modifies the original locker layout from the bid by specifically for the soccer, baseball, and softball locker rooms, that instead of a 12-inch wide locker, they're 18 inches with no door, and that's to help accommodate the softball and baseball bags. There's a lockable area at the top, and the second biggest change is the material going from metal to composite, which is basically like a hard plastic. The reason for that is the metal lockers that we currently have inside the high school that get a lot of wear and tear and heavy cleaning. In the 15 years, they've been rusted, we've had to paint them, and so this hopefully will they come with a 20-year warranty.
That material is really good. I've worked with it before. It's very durable.
So as we do with everything, we really vet all of the options out and included the athletic director and the construction management, and we've really developed the best plan that we believe for all students here in our district. And so hopefully you'll give it your consideration to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Approve the memorandum of understanding with the Lowell Police Department for school resource officer services for the 2024-2025 school year. You want me to talk about it, or you want to make a motion?
You can make a motion and I'll.
Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second?
So the discussion items really evolve around if we are not, after 10 days of the town not being able to supply a school resource officer, any day beyond the 10, we would not pay for, and we would reallocate the funding to into a partnership with another organization to provide our SR services. When we tracked all of the days of absences that our current SRO officer had this past year, it was substantial, and it was really due predominantly to training, not only for just regular police department training, but also an added Lake County SWAT team training, and that really pulled that officer out of the building. So what you have here is a significant amount of savings to our school district that we can reallocate and make sure that we get daily services in our building.
I think this is, again, like an example of the partnership with the town and the schools. We obviously support that kind of training, but need somebody in our school, so the ability to come together with the town on this and come up with something mutually exclusive is great to see.
Yeah, good collaboration.
Mm-hmm. Any other discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Public comment related to non-agenda items? Okay, the next meeting of the Tri-Creek School Board of Trustees is scheduled for Thursday, July 11th, 2024. Any further discussion? Okay. Meeting adjourned.